Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I'm your host, your YouTube messiah, often imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious. And folks, this is a glorious day. No Bobby Roode puns intended on that one, but this is a great time because, well, this is the 300th episode, and it's actually kind of funny because went back, watched some of the old stuff in the archives, and you could see the slow evolution of on how I eventually became more beard than man. Seriously though, 300, I've had ups, downs, high views, low views, people like it, people hate this, you know, all that shit. And from the bottom of my cold, black, evil heart, thank you each and every one of you beautifully crazy-ass bastards that have ever taken the time to watch this show, whether it was because you liked what I got to say, or whether because you absolutely wanted to hit that thumb down button as many times as humanly fucking possible. Either way, you took the time to hear the rants and ramblings of some weird-ass fuckknuckle sitting here in Erie, PA, and for that, I thank you. Now, with that said, Raw this week is the topic of this week's episode, and it was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and before we get into that, the big highlighted news that occurred since the time of this last recording, you know, they had Starrcade over the past weekend, and, well, to be honest, I'm pretty sure this show right here was longer than Starrcade was. But, yeah, that happened, and to be honest, I can't even say it really felt like a Starrcade. It felt more so like a Coliseum home video. Like one of those random Coliseum home videos that you just saw in that you saw in the store, and you were like, "Ooh, can I get this? Can I get this? Thank you!" And it just had a shit ton of matches that you never expected to see. Like, what? And yeah, but yeah. Other than that, the big news that broke, and it broke earlier today, as of the day of this recording. Walter, who is big name in the UK scene, has apparently signed with WWE and is heading to the Performance Center soon, and a lot of people are speculating on that because aside from Walter, well, that's the big name that everyone knows that is allegedly signed, and nobody I haven't seen anything about any other potential names, but you know, other than that, a lot of people are saying the WWE's, they're doing raids on the UK scene, and you know, or just raids in general, gobbling up a whole bunch of talent right now all at once. And okay, I see this from two different perspectives right here. One, WWE needs a consistent replenishing of talent, if you will, because talent is the lifeblood of the industry. Not just WWE, but wrestling in general. You know, you're not going to be able, let's just say, for example, if talent didn't get replenished, we'd still be seeing Hulk Hogan and the Iron Sheik trying to go at it, and at this point, we'd all be like, really? Come on, guys. But, yeah, they're going to wind up hiring the talent that they like, and the talent that wants to go and work for them are going to go and work for them. So instead of getting all smarky McSmarkerton internet Twitter rage, all caps rage, saying, "Oh, I can't believe this guy signed, he shouldn't go, this, that, and the other," you know, think about it from their perspective for a minute. They're wanting to sign, you know. They're going to be getting a steady paycheck. They're actually going to be able to go home to their own bed every night, you know. Plus, there's nothing to say that gives them more notoriety, being noticed more. Because let's just say, for example, if by some odd chance, good example, we'll use him, Cassius Ohno. If Cassius Ohno, Chris Hero, winds up being released again, man, how much do you think his ticket on the indie scene, his ticket on the indie scene is going to go up? Because, you know, people are going to ask for him because of the fact he's got that former WWE superstar brand on him. You know, that's just a proven fact. You know, if a guy has that brand on him, then that's a fact. They'll wind up getting, the show's going to wind up highlighting that that person's on there. And that's more than likely going to put a few more butts in seats. So yeah, WWE's going to want to bring in what talent they can. Now, from the indie scene, from the indie perspective, a lot of people are saying, well, shit, this is the end now. What the hell are we going to watch now? Dude, not everyone is going, first off. Secondly, while there may be a huge chunk of indie guys missing, you know, there's a void in there. Now, with that void being taken out, let's just say, you know, primary stars that primarily work in the West Coast, you know, are now being signed, you know. So now, oh my God, there's a huge gap in the West Coast scene. Perfect. Get some guys from that primarily work East Coast, throw out a couple flyers there. Make themselves get more notice. So now it's on them to fill in that void. You know? So that way they then get more notoriety. So that way they then have the potential to sign with WWE if they so wish to. That's all it is, you know. It's one hand feeds the other. You can't, you know, that's all it is, really, plain and simple. Now, as far as with the main point on this news, Walter being signed, honestly, if he is, I really hope it goes good for him. And if he does, man, I pray we get a match with Walter going against Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman, because those are three big motherfuckers that he could fucking throw down with. Now, with that said, let's get on to the main topic of the show now. Raw, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And folks, I'm not gonna lie right off bat, this was a fucking weird ass episode. This was like fucking trippy, psychedelic. My brain couldn't. I'm normally like a fucking I'm normally like fucking Rain Man when it comes to wrestling, but my God, I had a hard time following this shit. Just yeah. But yeah, it started out Corbin, McIntyre, Lashley, and Leo in there, making, you know, cutting a promo talking about on how welcome everyone to the first Thanksgiving, to the first Raw after Thanksgiving. We all hope you had a wonderful time. Corbin, not a very good heel promo by Corbin, because he's trying to chastise the fans for actually eating for Thanksgiving meal, saying because we don't eat carbs. Dude, I fucking work out like a beast. Carbs are not the enemy, you know? It's all in a matter of on how much you take and on how much physical activity you put in, too. Because trust me, I eat fucking half my body weight in carbs. That's ugh. But yeah, that kind of shit always just drives me nuts. You know, if you actually know the science behind, you know, certain things with nutrition, rips like that just don't really mesh well. But either way, Corbin was highlighting about on how, you know, they took out Strowman. They showed the highlights from last week, and then Strowman, they had a video package of Strowman, his elbow all banged up, and this legitimately Strowman has to get surgery on his elbow. So hopefully he winds up getting like he winds up showing he's got that really freaky fast Wolverine healing factor, gets back quick, gets the TLC, destroys Corbin, and then we get to go on with our happy-go-lucky lives. But if not, brain started processing and thinking if he didn't, more than likely, my personal prediction will probably get Kurt Angle making a surprise run-in, saying, you know, coming back from vacation to beat the shit out of Corbin, and then, which then leads to the ultimately a match between them two, either Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, one of the bigger pay-per-views, you know, one of the bigger big name pay-per-views, to where it's then the winner is the GM. So yeah, but Corbin's highlighting on how he's pretty much going to win at TLC because Strowman has to get surgery, and if he's not there, he'll wind up being forfeited, and then he'll win, this, that, and the other, and then the lights go out. And just as when everyone was expecting Bray Wyatt to return, just as he did at Starrcade, we fucking got Elias. Ugh. Yeah. So yeah, Elias came out. I swear, fucking Vince McMahon is trolling me because he's using Vince logic. Well, goddamn, pal. I'll put Elias against Corbin. You're gonna have to cheer for one of them. Ha ha! Make your choice. Swear, you don't sell the show to... You refuse to sell the show to the man once and he finds a way to fucking troll you. So yeah. Elias is out there. He starts strumming a song about Lashley then. And starts making a song about on how Lashley sucks, Lashley sucks, Lashley sucks. Like that kind of, you know. Basically, makes a joke about on how Lio Rush, on how Drake Maverick's an improvement over Lio Rush, and Maverick pissed himself on national television. And all, which then leads to an impromptu match between Lashley and Elias. And one thing that they kept emphasizing on that really was confusing is referring to Lashley as the almighty Bobby Lashley. Like, almighty? I mean, dude, seriously. I mean, I say I'm the fucking YouTube messiah, you know, but I mean, Jesus, is he having like a freaking god complex? Or is this sentence right here more so like the pot calling the kettle black? I can't tell. Either way, as far as the match went, it was Bobby, he was pretty much leading. Elias was just about ready to get the win. He wound up doing an elbow. Got 1, 2, then Leo pulled the ref out, started yelling at him. And then the ref called the bell for it, was about to throw it out. And then Corbin said, whoa, 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 whoa. Before Elias interrupted me with that horrible song, I didn't get a chance to tell him this is a no DQ match. So the match got restarted, and then it turned into a no disqualification, and then Elias got the shit kicked out of him, literally, to where he got thrown all over, and he got slammed into the barricade, and then got Alabama slammed off of that onto the stairs, and that just, oh, Jesus Christ. Ugh. Yeah, did that, and then, after that beat down out there from all three of them, that was pretty much it. Lashley got the win, 1, 2, 3, that was it. Next thing you know, we see a backstage segment. Corbin yells at one of the hands on stage for the backstage crew, and then he winds up appointing Alexa Bliss in charge of the female division. And just like that, now I'm more just, again, can we just take a moment to appreciate Alexa Bliss's fashion wardrobe, because good God almighty, need to double up on my heart pills. Gotta talk to my buddy Zeke, have him help me make sure I keep a good stock on hand. So yeah, next matchup we get, it's Lucha House Party going against the Revival again, and excuse me, this is a rematch from last week, because last week they had a match, or it was Lucha House Rules, which case it was all 3 members could be, and Could be. And then a Revival challenged them again, saying, we want a traditional tag team match with traditional tag team rules. And just as it looked like it was about to, then next thing you know, Jojo wound up saying that it was under Lucha house rules again, and this was pretty much a fucking squash right here, because the Lucha House Party was leading pretty much literally the entire time. I mean, I don't want to say this was a piss break, because honestly we'll get to the piss break match later on, but this was a fucking squash, and yeah, Lucha House Party got the win. Where they're going with this, I got no fucking idea. It's still too early to see. It looks like they're just giving them wins to make them more noticed on the roster, but just So yeah, next up we get tag title match, Authors of Pain going against Bobby Roode, Chad Gable. This match came to be because last week Roode and Gable got an upset win over them, and one thing I do want to note, openly apologizing, because last week when they showed the backstage segment between Roode, Gable, and Maverick, I thought I saw one girl indie wrestler, Alley Cat, in the back, and I wound up tweeting her on it. And I was actually wrong. That was Delilah Doom that was in the back. So yeah, that was me. I fucked up. My bad. Yeah, these glasses aren't for show. My eyes are really that messed up. So yeah, as far as this match goes, man, I mean, you got the Authors of Pain, who are these two really big 300-something pound guys, and you know, they're not gonna go down and take bumps like like if it was, like anyone else. So just I mean, the match pretty much revolved around more so the fact that Drake Maverick that little spud wound up becoming a rock star by stealing Bobby Roode's robe. So basically, this is on how it went. The WWE tag title match was stolen by a TNA guy stealing another TNA guy's gimmick. Yeah. It was pretty much revolved around that. I mean, the match picked up as it's, trying to think how to word this. Maverick stole the robe, yeah. And then after the break, Authors of Pain, they were leading. And just as it looked like Roode was building momentum and he was starting to go good, next thing you know, you see in the back, Maverick having the robe, stomping it down into the toilet. And then you just hear, zing, come on now. And then just him taking a whiz off. That's got Vince McMahon all over it with his fucking sense of toilet humor. If Drake had an earpiece in, I could just imagine here. Ha ha, that's right, pal. Whiz all over that. Go on, spray it all over. Give it a golden shower. Ha ha, tinkle, piss, all over that thing. Yeah, that'd be what I would imagine. But he wound up doing that, which Roode was like, oh. And then when he turned around, Authors of Pain wound up getting them, and then boom, they did, botch. They got the win. They did like that powerbomb neckbreaker, John, and 1, 2, 3, that was it. So yeah, next matchup we get Amber Moon going against Alicia Fox, and this was a bit of a tease for the mixed match challenge that they got coming up, because now that Braun is out, Amber's new tag partner is Curt fucking Hawkins. Why? That's all I got to say. Why? I mean, look, let's just be real. And I'm not, I give respect to anyone that steps through those ropes, because they're willing to go and put their life in someone else's hands for my entertainment. But if you can have a bad match with AJ Styles, of all people, at a PWG show, you need to reevaluate on how good of a wrestler you truly are. Yeah. So yeah, that's all I got to say about Curt Hawkins. But in any event, also sidebar real quick, I'm pretty. Am I the only one that feels like this season's mismatch challenge is kind of snake bit? I mean, Kevin Owens wound up getting taken out. Braun Strowman's being taken out. You know, it feels like so many other. It feels like a lot of people had to get taken out at the a lot of people are being taken out left and right, and it's just, oh man. But yeah, so far the only ones that seem like they're doing pretty okay, knock on wood, Miz and Asuka and Lashley and Mickie James, which, okay, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I'm pretty sure we all know why I mentioned them too. But yeah, now let's get back on the track. Let's get back on track. Ember Moon, Alicia Fox. Foxy, she was leading right at the start, but this was a very, very short-lived match, which Alicia got hit with the Eclipse, which absolute freaking amazing sell on. Took it, sprung down, and then wound up going down, and then boom, flipped like that. Just beautiful sell on that. I really loved it. I really dug the hell out of it. They got the win, 1, 2, 3, and then Hawkins was jumping around as if he won. You know, Nexio grabbed Ember Moon, holding her up like, yay! And the look on her face was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? No means no. Back the hell off. Which tickled me some beers. And then, out of nowhere, No Way Jose's music came on, and just, yeah. And which then led us to Jinder Mahal versus No Way Jose, because Jinder was ringside for Alicia. And Jinder led the match the entire time, really. There's no other way to put it. And honestly, here's the thing. People can make all the steroid jokes they want about Jinder, but yeah, I've taken the time, you know, I take the time to actually do, you know, I fucking go out there and I bust my ass in the gym and I get big. You know, I've gotten big like that. He doesn't do juice. People can say, oh, well, he's got bitch tits. He's got bitch tits like he does juice. No. It's the way it's just the way his body is actually physically formed, you know? Because you look at pictures from before he put more work into his body and changed it, like we'll say back with 3MB. He still had those fucking bitch tits then. And now you're gonna go and make the same argument now? The man changed his diet, he changed his workout routine immensely, and now look at him. He's fucking jacked. And whether people like to admit it or not, he's going to be in the fucking history books for being a world champion. You know, honest to God, I really wish Jinder would move back to SmackDown because he was doing so much better there. Please, if somebody from WWE sees this, please have Road Dogg move him back. Because seriously. So yeah, Jinder led the match the entire time. I can't understand the No Way Jose gimmick. It just seems like Adam Rose except conga lines instead of frickin' raving. But Jinder got the win on how it went. Jose, he went to go for a running charge. Jinder grabbed him, slingshot him off the ropes, and then got him up and boom, hit him with the collapse. 1, 2, 3, that was it. And now leads us to our next match. Seth Rollins doing an Intercontinental Open Challenge. This was actually worthwhile and hands down the match of the night. And Seth, he cut a nice little half-decent promo on Dean about Dean earlier having to get shot. And Dean was cutting a promo talking about how he's getting shots because, you know, don't know on how these kind of filth these people have, and you know, Seth is a sickness, he's a virus, he's going to get rid of him. Seth pretty much made a counter promo on him. Not going to get into details on it. I already wasted enough of your time with this shit. Yeah, but he basically summed up he's going to wind up beating the shit out of Ambrose, and said it a million times, I'll say it again. These two basically like Rock and Austin, man. They could turn the feud on and off just like that. They could turn a feud on and off and then get back to being homeboys. No problem. It's that simple. And now Sethish put out the open challenge, and just as we were expecting a possible call-up or a return, we get Dolph Ziggler again. So, yeah. We got Seth versus Ziggler, which I'm not complaining because they put on good matches, just, yeah, we've seen it before. We've seen where this leads before. And decent match, you know, it was okay match. It was a decent okay match. Dolph, he was pretty much grounding Seth. He pretty much had Seth grounded until the break. You know, it was nice back and forth as the match went on. I mean, it was started out a little slow, and then as it went on, then it picked up. But match wound up coming to an end. Surprisingly, of always, Seth, he was down on the ground. Dolph picked him up, so trash talking him, you're nothing, you're worthless, you know, you ain't worth it, all that other kind of shit. And then they started to get back and forth with each other, and then Seth wound up getting, Ziggler was on the ropes, Seth got up there, hit him with the Superplex Falcon Arrow combo, and that's on how he got the win. So Seth finally got a win using the Falcon Arrow, which, yeah, I don't see 4 guys out there on horses. Do any of you? No? Okay, we're good. Awesome. Now leads us to the main event of the night. Finn Balor, Baron Corbin. This match came to be because Baron issued it because during the earlier, at the beginning of the show, he made a bold statement saying, you know, history's written, yep, and I'm just paraphrasing, but basically saying history's written by the winners, and since I'm going to win, you could be on the right side of history or the wrong, and since Finn has been a pain in his ass since he got put in this manager position, he's going to try and silence him to set him as an example. And Finn, real quick and fast right at the start, Corbin started leading after the commercial break, then Finn built a comeback. Just as he was about to go and hit the coup de grace, next thing you know, Corbin gets outside the ring. Hey, hold it. I neglected to mention, this match is a 2-on-1 handicap, and here's my partner. And then out comes McIntyre, which hit, dude, this doesn't, excuse me. I don't know about you guys, but I don't see Corbin as a chicken shit heel. He just is reminding me more so as like this, as like that kid we all knew when we were like 10, 11, 12, that when we were playing games, you know, would change the rules of the games right in the middle of it so that way they couldn't be out or lose or whatever, and be like, you know, like if you were playing darts, like, well, you have to shoot me with 3 darts, not 1. You know, like, motherfucker, quit fucking making this shit up as you go. You know? Leave that for the professionals like me. Leave that shit here. But, yeah, next, you know, McIntyre came out, Finn, he fought with his damnedest, but wound up losing, because McIntyre wound up hitting a Claymore, and then Drew got the pin on him, 1, 2, 3, that was it, which then led to them doing a beatdown on Finn, and then Lashley coming down doing a beatdown on him, and yeah, so all 3 of them did a beatdown, and honestly, I'm okay with Corbin having Lashley as a heavy, but Drew, honest to God, man, have him start pulling a little bit back. Once they're done with Braun with the Universal picture, reel him back, and then just throw Drew out there for it. And start having him fly solo, man. I swear that would be great. So yeah. Well, for the 300th time, that is it for this week's show. So, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes if you got, obviously not all 299 of them, but try and give a few of them a good watch. Make sure you leave any interesting creative thoughts, complaints, grunts, and groans down below. I'm open to all sorts of criticism, good, bad, and everything in between. Look for me on my Twitter at TimVicious. You also got another account if I get ghosted or put in Twitter jail, Tim_Vicious. Also on that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. If you're going to look for me on there from here, make sure y'all let me know you found me on there from my Twitter at TimVicious or here, so I don't think you got your creep John going. Excuse me. Also, do not forget to follow all of these cool ass cats right here on the Twitter. Like some Mulligan Kenny Killer, my good brother, I'm Danny Sunday, DSB_IV, Cranky Grandpa, Desi MWP. Huge shout out to my executive producer, Oliver Ben, who provided the music for this week's show. Make sure y'all check it out. It's out there on iTunes, Spotify, and such. Details are down below. Also, if you want one of these sweet ass Ollie Rewind shirts, hit me up and I'll talk to Ollie for you. Show the man some love and support. And for the 300th time in a row, if you love me, great. You hate me, fuck yous.